So it seems that the Labour government, the infinitely fucking deluded, deranged and completely off their tits government, want to tackle racism, especially in the countryside, because what's more countryside or racist than the countryside, by banning dogs from certain parts of the countryside. This is their bid to tackle racism. Now you're probably like me thinking, are they going to explain what part of dogs are racist? Well, to help fill in the gaps, because obviously they didn't, me myself, the amount of times that I've gone to a dog pound and seen, I don't know, swastikas going on and other such movements, and you know, burning crosses with a load of woofers looking at it with hoods all over them and that kind of thing. You know, that happens all the time. And the amount of time that a dog says woof, what it actually means by woof is something quite different. Or maybe what it is that comes out the back end of the dog reminds them of something and triggers them a lot. Who knows? But either way, the best way to combat racism is by banning dogs. And actually, if we're actually going to call a spade, or I probably shouldn't say that in the same context as this fucking thing, otherwise I'd be called a racist on that one as well, even though a spade actually means a shovel. What actually I think it is them kowtowing down to Islam again, because for some odd reason, not everybody from Islam likes woofers. I don't know why, because Islam, well that's right, maybe it's because of something that Churchill said, because a dog's supposed to be a man's best friend. But as Churchill well said, Islam to a man is like rabies to a dog. Maybe they never got over that statement. Who knows? One thing I do know is that I would rather have a countryside full of dogs than I would full of people who are offended by dogs. Because let's be honest, a dog is a great, literally a really good judge of character. A dog will sniff out a wanker faster than you can actually weigh one up. How many times have you seen a prick in a pub and he goes and sticks his hand out to the dog and the dog's like, fuck off mate, you're a cock? Well, dogs aren't prejudiced against colour as such, although they do see in black and white, I'm led to believe. No, dogs generally work on, are you a cunt or not? And for some reason the dogs have this impeccable ability to be able to work out if you're a cunt. But unlike us, with our filters built into us, because if you don't do as you're told you will get, the dogs don't have this, in the same way they don't have racism. So if they bite you, it's generally because you're a wanker. And obviously some poor training as well, but whatever. But I want to know, if you live in Wales, how you feel about this. Do you think your dog has been watching far-right material? Do you think your dog has been looking a bit dodgy at, say for instance, people of a different culture to yourself? Have you seen your dog try and cross the road when there was somebody of a different colour walking on the opposite side? I don't know. Have you seen your dog cocking its leg and pissing on the car of a neighbour of a different ethnicity? I mean, if you have, naturally get hold of the Labour government, because they'll need everything to back up their assertion about dogs being truly racist, and not the fact that they're actually kowtowing to Islam, who doesn't like dogs for the reason that it probably knows that dogs don't actually like it. Goats? That's different. You can flog the place, fill it with goats. Why not? That'll never go wrong. Goats for the win. Literally, walk your goats, because all the time you're walking it, that's a pleasure. And there's other pleasures to have, allegedly, if you listen to the rumour. But I'm not one to spread rumours. And we won't get anywhere near the sheep, especially not in Wales. Although the rumour actually is that the death penalty for sheep rustling, well, for sheep rustling was the death penalty. So it's alleged, and I mean alleged, that if a sheep rustler was about to get caught, then he'd drop his drawers and pretend he was fucking the sheep rather than stealing it. The theory being is that embarrassment and ridicule is a lot less harder to get over than a rope around your neck and the stage falling out from under you. Don't stick your dick in a sheep. Don't knit sheep. Don't stick your dick in a goat. And don't hate on dogs. That's the moral of this story. And to all of you who have made it this far, and you saw the video earlier on, thank you for your interesting input. I'll see you all in a bit.